I am a history and political science double major here. I'm from Cold Spring, Texas. I am class of 2012, and I am running for student body president based on my experience both in and out of SGA. The one thing that I've learned a lot from Texas A&M, I was involved in 4-H and FFA before I came here, so I was involved in Agri-Life Extension Service here at A&M by the time I was 11 years old. So it was already my second home before I even came here. And the one thing that I really learned was selfless service it should be a quality that everybody has. And when I came here at A&M, my first advisor, Tim Scott, in the biology department, before I became a history major, said, the real education you're going to get is being involved at Texas A&M. And he was absolutely right. And I've never regretted any decision I've made being involved here. I have been involved in 14 organizations at once at this university, and believe you me, it's easy to work around that busy schedule because everything here is worth going to. And that's how I've been able to make an impact both out of SGA and in it as well. Last year, when the student body elections were going on, I ran for Senate again, but I also got to see and be a part of some of the election campaigns that were going on for SBP. I got to meet several of the candidates, I got to see their platforms, and I got to see both the good and the bad of what actually goes on in a student body president's cabinet, during Senate and in and out of Senate, what the relationship is between the three branches of student government. And I've seen a few things that I definitely want to change this next year in regards to service. We can do so much more. For example, when we did the wildfire relief effort back in November, where we wore white and waved maroon, that was a great effort, but that was only one service event we did that entire semester that was a big hit. We can do so much more. I'm the chair of Aggie Relay for Life. I'm in the process right now of where we're going to be able to make over $10,000 in under 10 hours for a benefit concert that's going on during the day of a big event. And all that processing took under an hour to confirm. There's no reason why we can't do more. And in terms of reaching out to students, as a senator, for bills that we write in Senate, we always go out to student organizations and talk to them and ask them, what do you think about this bill? Should you change it? Should we keep it the same? We don't do that enough. And even as a student body president, I know Jeff Pickering spoke to several people and organizations this past year, but I feel like it was not enough. I know from the past when I spoke to my student organizations I was involved in and outside of student government about SGA, they had no idea what I was talking about. I would always have to explain to them, even when I'm involved with them for over a year, they still didn't know what SGA was all about. And I think that's what SVP should do, facilitate the government to the students. Phi Sigma Honor Society, Aggie Relay for Life, Liberal Arts Student Council, Sigma Alpha Lambda, National Society for Collegiate Scholars, National Society for Leadership and Success, MSC Wiley Lecture Series, the TAMU Collegiate 4-H Club, the Pre-Law Society, Aggie Democrats. That's just to name a few that I can think of off the top of my head. Definitely speaking to organizations. It never gets old. I love speaking to people. I love actually being able to generate some questions. That's the one thing I want people to actually do, because I always go in and give my spiel, but I want them to actually be able to ask me a question saying, how can you do that? Or how does that work? That's the one thing that really makes my day, because whenever you're able to tell somebody something that they don't know or able to inform them about how student government works, then I think you've actually had a good day. I am a writer right now. I'm actually writing a book right now. It's over 300 pages long. It's basically a genre based around fantasy and miracles and service to others. So I'm kind of putting my life a little bit into a book of fantasy. And another hobby I have, I own my own business. I am a farmer and rancher. I bale hay during the summers in order to support myself here at Texas A&M. And I raise cattle these past couple of years at home. With the drought going on, I've been really proactive in making sure I have cattle herds. My cattle herd is very well kept taken care of, and I don't have to worry about funding from my parents, so that I can come here and not be a burden. Definitely working around academics and student services. Those are the two major points that I'm talking about to students. For academic affairs, we had the meeting with the Tuition and Fee Advisory Council meeting yesterday with Dr. Lofton. That meeting was in regards to the proposed 3.95% tuition increase, which will go into effect next fall. That is very, very pivotal, considering that the state government is under a severe economic pinch right now. Higher education, I hate to say this, has been taking a real hit over the past few years. So I believe that in the academic realm, getting more for what we're already doing. For example, being involved in a student organization, you're already enhancing leadership skills, communication skills, being involved in humanities, sociology. That's easily right there. 12 hours of credit I can think of on my own that we could get student course credit for. The faculty have talked about this a couple of times to me, including Karen Watson and the Associate Provost for Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Lisa Compton-Young and Jim Croft. They have told me this, and they've asked us, why don't we ask about this ever? Because just like Tim Scott said, you learn more in a student organization than out of one. And that's in the academic side, that's what I think. And for student services, I am completely against the mandatory meal plans, which are going down in dying services. I agree that you need to have a mandatory meal plan if you're living on campus, but not one that's $1,200 and doesn't include tax. I don't spend that much money on food, and I live off campus. And to me, it seems beyond our means, especially when dying services was in the black this past year. It's not worth it. Definitely, I would have to say bonfire. The bonfire memorial has definitely become really something I've gotten really in touch with. If you don't go and cry, to me, you're not an A. I cry every time I go there when we do when we have the 2:38 in the morning on the Thursday, the 18th of November. When we whisper "Amazing Grace," that's the most moving part of remembering the bonfire tragedy. And when you do off-campus bonfire, it's like the flip side of the coin. It's always a great time. You never ever go there without a smile on your face, or leave and vice versa. To me, I wish we could so badly bring it back on campus. I've actually talked to Dr. Lofton about it, and he said there was only one way he would allow people to bring bonfire back on campus, and that was to have a petition of 35,000 students signing on saying that they want it back. That's a goal to set, but I think maybe in the future we can bring it back, because it's been off campus for 12 years and it's starting to really grind my gears.